Let me go and retweet this, John, and push the pod.
Like, retweet, copy link, drop it in the Slizak. In the Slizik. Bang.
No, Liberty Line almost to 10K.
Yeah, playa.
That's pretty cool. Will it be verified at that point?
I mean, you probably have to apply for that. I don't really know what
Oh.
that process is, and I definitely would not.
I gotcha.
One time I was gonna Google like, how does one get verified? And I was just like, then I have to read all the steps. And all right, I think we should be.
Get ready for some Philly sports talk. Sixers, Phillies, Flyers, and the Birds.
He's an ass. Get him the ball. He can make plays.
Just shut up and enjoy the greatness.
There's a lot done back here.
It makes you less happy, which is exactly what I want.
Let's do it. 3, 2. Philly!
Hello, everybody. Hello, Philadelphia. Welcome back once again to yet another edition of the Wolves of Broad Street podcast. As always, my name is Ryan Conway, and joining me here is my illustrious co-host and wartime consigliere, Sam Glavin. Of course, we have our producer behind the glass, Seamus G. And we got our boy Bob in the chat. Is this live? Yes, it's live. Of course, It's live.
Every single week. It hasn't
always
changed.
Live. Of course we are. It did change. It did change a little. We went to it's a Wolves Thursday.
Oh, it is Thursday. That's right.
I'm on the wrong side. Something felt just.
Yes, I knew. Yeah, I knew there was something.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. So Sam,
there it is.
Like I said, it's a Thursday. Little discombobulated. We had the NBA play-ins last night. Thank God they didn't matter to us in any way. Unlike they did for the Brooklyn Nets and for some other teams throughout the week. But right now, we got the Sixers in the playoffs this Saturday. We got the Phillies underway. Draft season. We're in the thick of it, which is kind of nuts. Which it kind of snuck up on me, and I threw some prospects' names down that have visited. So we're gonna get into all of that and a lot more. But right now, Sam, Philadelphia 76ers 4 seed taking on the Toronto Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
Initial thoughts.
I feel wary. Like I'm very aware of what the Sixers team can do. I'm also very aware. This is gonna sound weird. I'm also very aware of what the Sixers team can do. So, like, it's just I know that they can be good. But I also know that they could absolutely shit the bed, and there's a very real possibility that they could lose in the first round. So I'm just going to watch and see what happens.
Yeah, that is pretty much all you can do. It's pretty much all you can do right now. But you're right. I did love where you went with that because you know exactly what they can do because this team is capable of so much. Yeah. You saw us put up like 144 points in a game recently, not 2 weeks ago. But we've also seen us not put up even 100 points against the Toronto Raptors in Toronto without Matisse Thybulle, who, of course, can't participate in those road games because of their vaccination requirement. I don't know how that slipped through the radar this whole time or slipped under the radar this whole time.
There's so much going on.
Just so much shit going on. And you think Matisse is just going to be the good little schoolboy more often than not, or at least that's the persona that gets. But I guess not. I guess he's got a little bad streak in him. I guess he's got a little rebellious streak. But
doesn't want that vaccine.
Speaking of a rebellious streak, man, I mean, going Doc Rivers this week.
Oh God,
Doc Rivers this week. I mean, look, it's pretty obvious that Sixers fans have wanted Paul Reed for a long time. And it is obvious also that we have gotten really obsessed with bench players, guys that are, late round draft picks that, we want them to be our guys. But, it's a relic of the process. It's a trauma response more than anything else. But, Paul Reed is better than any option that we have right now. And Doc went out, played him, won us a basketball game, and then was very, very, very rude to Derek Bodner, some other reporters when asked about it.
There's just no good. Like, he's obviously better than DeAndre Jordan, right? Like, that's the only option is to go to Paul Reed. I mean, you cannot play DeAndre Jordan in a playoff game. It just can't happen. He's incompetent out there. I'd rather throw you out there, Ryan, than him. Like, he's just he can't handle the basketball. He's no good. He gets boxed out constantly, and he's the biggest guy on the floor. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
So. And the fact that Doc Rivers could have went about it a completely different way. He could have just been like, yeah, he played a great game, but I think he'll see maybe a little bit of time. But DeAndre Jordan's our backup center.
Yeah,
that's all you had to say.
Just say that. That's fine. We're not going on a Paul Reed victory tour, man. You wouldn't even be invited. You've been preying on his downfall since the beginning. Meanwhile, he's given double-digit minutes a night to Seamus G's got a Dustin Johnson, Jesus Christ, DeAndre Jordan clip queued up.
No longer master season.
It says, I have a DJ clip ready.
It's not master season.
But look at this complete lack of effort on the defensive end from DeAndre Jordan here.
It's just
standing in no man's land, no closeout.
Still
and then
standing. Yep.
This is amazing right here.
There he goes. Yep. There you go. Good job.
Wow. Look at that defensive motor. The ball was in reach how many times? And meanwhile, Paul Reed's out there, granted. He'll go out there and give you, 10 minutes, 5 fouls, and 6 points.
Oh, yeah.
But he'll go get you some boards. And, he really is, I honestly, I kind of undersold his scoring ability there, especially against, look, I mean, Toronto just has an oddly lanky basketball team. So it is going to be good to have a guy like Paul Reed out there that is, while tall and long, can actually move around a little bit, because that's entirely what this Toronto Raptors team is made out of. So if Doc Rivers can't realize that, and I can, and I'm sitting right here, and I'm not getting paid millions of dollars to suss that shit out. That's something I could have told you a year ago. Is that's what we need to match up with Toronto, because that's the way that team is built. They don't have a slow, big, really, that they play a lot, especially going to be coming off the bench in a short rotation. So Doc Rivers needs to get his head out of his ass. He needs to get off of his high horse. He needs to stop acting holier than thou, like he's some basketball god. I know I'm going to say this every week now. This is going to become my weekly trope about Doc Rivers. He hasn't won a title since 2009, or he got traded. All right. I can tell you that I didn't know a coach could get traded.
I didn't
until
either.
Doc Rivers got traded.
Until it happened. Yeah.
Then it still hasn't happened again. So, look, that doesn't just happen for no reason. And then, look, I mean, the rest of history with him in Los Angeles, pretty much sums it up from there. But Doc Rivers needs to stop acting like this, because we can beat the Toronto Raptors, but it's up to him and it's up to James Harden, really, if we are going to be able to do that.
Yeah, James Harden has been – I think if Doc Rivers wasn't such an asshole, then James Harden would be in a load of in deep shit with the Philadelphia fan base, because he's been underperforming to say the least. I haven't heard his name in the and I guess I know it's hard to have, but no, you know what? It's not hard. You have Joel Embiid. You're allowed to facilitate the basketball, be a good basketball player, shoot your threes, make them, and get fouled. Make shots. Make shots. It's not. I know you got Joel Embiid, who's taking a lot of shots, and he's taking up most of the headlines right now because he should be the MVP, and he's probably not gonna be, which is another story. But if you're James Harden, you come to this city to win a championship, and I don't see that kind of drive right now on the court.
I mean,
see that.
I'll tell you what. I mean, to play James Harden's advocate here, to be his defense attorney. I mean, recovering from this nagging hamstring injury last month of the regular season, on a quest to win a title. I understand maybe the last month of the season are really not being it, but like you're also saying, if that continues into the playoffs, then we can't win. So I don't really know what James Harden we're going to see until he gets out there. Is it going to be the same James Harden that we've been watching since he came here? Because I mean, flashes of great, flashes of awful. You take a look at him shooting 30% from the field. Dude, I look at his box score and I see 1 of 9 from 3-point range, and I'm just like, what am I looking at here? So James Harden's going to have to figure out just how to make shots. Going to have to figure out how to drive to the basket without turning the ball over and without going up soft. That's all we need him to do, really, and facilitate. If he can do that, honestly, work the mid-range. Stop chucking up these threes. Work the mid-range a little bit because he's really nice coming off the pick and roll into the lane, to the elbow, just pulling up for a nice little bucket, every once in a while. And I think when the Sixers get the Embiid Harden pick and roll going, that lets them go. But if they're just having Harden go ISO, he can't do that anymore. He can't beat guys off the dribble like that. He's not nearly that fast. So it's going to be up to Doc Rivers' game plan and James Harden's effort and execution. And if those guys, if one of those guys isn't doing his job, then that's it. They're fucked.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. There's got to be some kind of game plan going into the playoffs, and you don't usually see a game plan really like coming from Doc Rivers, not only in the regular season, but we saw it last year too, and that's why we lost the Hawks series. So we can't just keep beating a dead horse here. You have to learn from your mistake. The definition of insanity is doing the same shit over and over and over again and expecting a different result.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go into this playoffs with the same motives that you had last year.
No,
or with the same plan that you had last year, which was no plan. It was just to go out there and try and beat everybody, which is not a good plan because the East is so close. I mean, you can't just go out there and be like, oh, we have the more talented team, we're gonna win. No, you have to have a game plan. You need to watch the film of the other team. You lost to them in the regular season without Matisse Thybulle. You're gonna have to play them without Matisse Thybulle. Go back and watch that game and see what you need to do to win that fucking basketball game in Toronto. Like this is not a difficult concept to understand. This is your job as a coach. Why am I thinking about all this and not seeing it? Like I'm nowhere near a basketball guy. Like I'm nowhere near Doc Rivers' supposed basketball expertise, and he's so high and mighty. Like I don't see any of this on the court. Whenever I watch them, it's all just. Oh, James Harden's going to drill up the court and throw it into the post to Joel Embiid. Yeah, we'll win that way.
We got Joel Embiid posting up in the 3-point line for the last 3 years as somebody taking it. And that's not something that's just – here's the thing, man. Doc Rivers is really – it'd be one thing if he sucked and was humble about it because that was Brett, And I was willing to give Brett a little more time. But Doc Rivers sucking – and blowing massive leads and being like the biggest choker in NBA history, really, I mean, the only way to make me forget about that is winning. And we're just not going to do that if he continues to do the same thing that earned him that reputation. The fact that he's sitting Joel Embiid for such long stretches, even though I understand it's the regular season, you got to manage his minutes when you get to the playoffs, and he's going to be playing a lot more minutes in the playoffs. You can't allow the other team to get back into the game and get a rhythm. Like these are fundamental basketball things that he just doesn't really grasp, or at least he doesn't want to. He doesn't really feel as though they're important. And he's talking about how DeAndre Jordan is going to match up with bigger fives and Paul Reed's going to match up with smaller fives. Which, I get. Paul Reed, he's like 6'9". He's not a 7-footer. But at the same time, that's completely inconsistent with how he's used them already.
No.
They put DJ up against a 6'10" guy. Is that a big center in the NBA? No, it's a viable power forward. It's a 4'5", probably a stretch. You probably still need to shoot to be that tall in the NBA. So I don't really know what he's talking about. And also another thing that lets me know, even though he has no game, like he's letting the other team what they do completely dictate his game plan. Which I understand. Oh, you have to be able to counter things. But when you go on with no plan and go, okay, what are they going to do? Let's go around that. Not let's make them do what we want them to do. Not let's impose our will. It's, oh, okay, they're playing this guy. All right. I understand that in the playoffs, you have to match guys up with each other.
Yeah.
You have to mirror minutes. But when that's all you've got for me, when it's clear
insanity.
when the only thing DeAndre Jordan can do is catch a lob when nobody's around, he catches one alley-oop a week. And I go, oh, yeah, that's DeAndre Jordan. And then for the rest of the time, I go, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
He sure as hell who isn't who he was in Lob City, which is fine. I'm not even mad at DeAndre Jordan, to be honest with you. I can't be mad at DeAndre Jordan.
The game plan has been, rather than plan and adjust, it's been react.
Yes.
I just don't that's no way to play sports. Like that's just not just basketball. It's just you just don't play sports like that. Like
No.
there's no effort going into a game plan. If that's your plan, there's just simply no effort going into what needs to happen for a playoff game. And this is a playoff series, and we're talking about this. A playoff series. And that's what boned us last year.
Yep.
And we still have no idea what's going to happen. We don't know. All we know is that DeAndre Jordan is going to be the backup center.
Look, man, there should
That's
only
all we
be
know.
8 players allowed to play in any given playoff game for the Philadelphia 76ers. Okay, you need James Harden, Joel Embiid, Danny Green, Tobias Harris. You need Tyrese Maxey, Matisse Thybulle, Shake Milton, Paul Reed, Georges Niang. Was that 9? Actually, get rid of Matisse. Fuck him. It's 8. That's 8.
We can't use him. We can't use him.
We can't use him. So he's out. So he's out of the mix.
Yeah.
Even though he's playing the majority of the games, 4 out of 7. If we go for the full length, it's still can't really rely on him there. So yeah, those are the 8 guys. Those are the 8
Is
guys.
he even allowed in the? Is he allowed in the arena?
I don't. No, probably not.
Is he allowed in the country? Like what?
Look, probably. He probably just won't go.
God, dude.
I mean, what was Kyrie
So
doing?
when are those
remember.
games? Are they staggered? So does it go like
It's
one game?
2 in Philly,
2 in Philly,
2 in Toronto,
and then a game
1
7
in Philly, 1 in Toronto, 1 in Philly. So they go back and forth. So
Okay.
you know, if they get a game off us at home and then we go up there without Matisse Thybulle, that's going to pose some serious issues.
Yeah, it is, and we'll probably lose.
So
And we will probably lose. So
that's the thing, man. Like but when you look at the Sixers in the playoffs, if we overcome this Toronto team in stunning fashion, that's going to give me a lot more confidence going forward. Because
yes,
we saw what happened last year. We lost to the fucking Atlanta Hawks. We lost to the Hawks. We lost to a team that was in the play-in this year. And I understand they were better last year. They're still really talented. Got a lot of guys that can just give you buckets whenever they feel like it. Just buckets. I mean, last night the play-in, they just absolutely shat on the Hornets. So, I mean, they're a good ball club, but we should have been far and away a better team. And part of that was Doc Rivers. Part of that was Ben Simmons. Part of that was actually Matisse Thybulle a little bit. And Seth Curry not being able to do anything. But again, that was reactionary game planning from Doc Rivers. As soon as he knew what to do, it was already too late because they were on to the next one. They were on to the next thing. As soon as he got an adjustment, they switched it up. So we've seen what they can do. Like you said, I think this is it. Seamus G, I think you're going to need to clip with what Sam said. Like, I know what the Sixers can do, but I know what the Sixers can do. Because that is you are so correct. We've seen the peaks and we've seen the valleys. But if we win in spectacular fashion, then guess what? Then things start to get really interesting because we don't play anybody good then until the Eastern Conference Finals.
To the finals, which is the goal for me, is to get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
Yeah,
it's a low bar with this team. It should be higher, but it's not. Give me a series prediction, Ryan.
Look, if the Sixers that I know and hate show up, it's Raptors in 6. But if James Harden turns the clock back 2 years, probably Sixers in 5. See, it's one or the other. This is not going to go 7. It's either going to be the Sixers are demoralized and lose, or the Sixers come out and absolutely run roughshod over a clearly inferior roster. Those are my two. I know that this is cheating. This is cheating. It's not cheating. Really a predicting, but I don't care because this team has given me so much fucking agita over the last how many seasons that
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna take this one.
Okay,
off.
that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna go. I'll split the difference. I'll just go Sixers and 6. Gives them 2 losses, right? To figure
Mhm.
out what they need to do, and then they need to win 4. So like that's fine. That's okay.
Absolutely.
With me. Sixers
And let's just
6.
take a look. Let's just take a look at the greater playoff bracket here. So I mean, obviously we had the play-in tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, dude, a second round matchup with the Miami Heat, even without home court advantage. Like, if there's a team I fear the least in the East, it's probably them.
The Heat, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
the Heat. I know they're the most fraudulent 1 seed of all time.
Oh, I definitely agree with that, but I also don't think that I also think they're a very good team.
Oh yeah, but we're a better basketball team than the Heat, and we own them in the regular season. We just do, and we'll see what happens. We beat them without Embiid one time. Like, that's embarrassing.
Yes,
that shouldn't be happening for a 1 seed. So guess
what?
If they win,
who is the scariest team in the East?
Probably Milwaukee.
I was gonna go with Milwaukee or Boston.
It was Milwaukee or Boston. Those are the two. They really are. And look, it's so funny because here's Boston and Brooklyn. Boston in the 2 seed, Brooklyn in the 7. Actually, last year it was flipped.
Yeah.
And obviously, Brooklyn came out on top in that series. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But look,
they just got so hot.
If we can just be the basketball team that we're supposed to be, then we have the easiest path. Or not as easy as it was supposed to be last year.
Yeah.
But still a vastly easier path than even Boston was having, than even Milwaukee's going to have. Even though they're going to play Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago. They suck. They suck. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. And it's really just gonna be a competition to see who plays Phoenix in the finals, because I agree. Because Luka's hurt. That sucks. The Warriors are just they're decrepit. The Grizzlies are fun. And they're
fun. Yeah.
They're fun. And guess what? They might make the fucking finals. They might shut me up and they might make the finals, but I think they're a year away from just getting, like, they need to make a playoff run before they just get to the finals, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
Or at least that's the way I think it should be as a Sixers fan, but we've had how many playoff runs now? So
you just need one more piece. You just need one more.
Yeah. I just think they need another year for their guys to just get older. Like,
develop.
They're just throwing kids out there pretty much.
They are.
John Morant's like the oldest guy on the starting roster. It's a little hyperbolic there, but it's close to true. So the fact that they're just so fun, but yeah, man, Sixers, hopefully they take that series over Toronto. We'll check in midway through the series pretty much next week with all of you to see what's going on. And we're going to check in right now with the Doghouse, brought to you by Wide Plank Floor Supply. Visit their website at www.wideplankfloorsupply.com. Get a recommendation for a contractor. Get a quote. Wide Plank Floor Supply. If it's wide, they've got it. Sam, since we're on the topic of the Sixers, since we were talking about Matisse Thybulle a little bit earlier, I'm putting Matisse Thybulle. Shut the fuck up, Bob. Bob, can we ban him? Can we ban him? The only person that likes the show.
He's the only one in here, man.
Can we ban him?
He always. I know that they're a fraudulent 1 seed, but I also think that they're a very good basketball team and they're very, very well coached. And Jimmy Butler is a good basketball
Jimmy Butler
player.
has been shooting like 9% from 3 since the new year. All right. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the Miami Heat.
They have other 3-ball shooters.
Oh, dude, they got guys.
I think they're good. I think
they got a former Nescat guy. All right. That's all. All right.
You're so what was that?
I have no idea. So
good.
that'll be a fun little post-show thing to clean up. I don't really know what just happened there. Some fell off my desk, but from the bottom. Regardless of that, I have Matisse Thybulle in the Doghouse because he knocked all the shit off my desk, and he's a complete asshole. No, I have him in the doghouse. Still, though, because he is a bit of an asshole. Because, look, I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, blah, 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 fucking blah. But, dog, come on. He got one shot and then went, fuck it, and then get the next one. What the fuck is that?
Like, you
What
might
the
as well
fuck?
just go get, like, regardless of what you think of the vaccine, like, you might as well just, you're halfway there. You might as well just go finish it off. Like, you might
Talk about
just,
commitment issues.
yeah.
Like, just finish the fucking job. And if he can't finish that, is he going to be able to finish his series? No. I mean, he's part of why we lost that Hawks series. He hit the fucking ginger dickhead on the floor, on the top of the head, gave him a little head pat.
Yeah.
3 shots. Amazing.
It's brutal. It's
Brutal. Matisse, buddy. Matisse. I mean, it was the stuff with the Ben where he was acting like a little bit of an asshole to the reporters, like, I don't know. I'm Matisse. I'm really too cool for this question. Fucking asshole. All right? So Matisse, figure it out. Grow up a little bit. Fucking jitbag. All right, Sam. Who you got in the you got the doghouse?
I'm gonna go with. I feel like this is an easy one, but I'm gonna go with Alec Boehm.
Oh,
You know, 3
the lone
errors,
man in
and
Philly.
I'll go into a little more detail of what I actually think of the thing. But like this series of events just needs to go in the doghouse. So let's just sit here and watch it for a second. And if it has sound, then I'll be quiet. But if it doesn't have sound, then I'll narrate.
Yeah, do a little dramatic.
We'll see. We'll see what we got here. You know. Dum, dum. All right, so that ball goes off of Ranger Suarez, and somehow Alec Boehm fields it and just decides to throw it, not even anywhere near Rhys Hoskins, which results in everybody moves over a base. Then he fields the ball perfectly clean, has all the time in the world, completely overthrows Rhys Hoskins, which is an issue because he took one shuffle, two shuffle, and then threw it over his head. Second one, he does a little nice backhand, has all the time, or not quite as much time as he did the second one. But still, you have time, make the throw, and they had to eventually, the umpires had to overturn the call because they thought Rhys Hoskins got him on the tag. Hell of an effort by Rhys Hoskins. And then he comes off the field after making 3 errors in 1 inning. Or 3 errors in 3 innings. I forget what it was.
Yeah. 3 errors in 3 innings, dude. Jesus.
3 errors in 3 innings. It was, 3 errors in 3 innings. He comes off the field and says, quote, I fucking hate this place because the crowd cheered for him. It wasn't even because they were booing him when he made those errors. It was because they cheered for him sarcastically when he made a clean play.
Good.
So, like, dude.
That's so funny. That's so funny, dude. Look.
It's funny only because of how he handled it after.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, I said it.
Emotions got the best of me. Obviously, I don't hate the city. Like, I'm sorry.
Well, why don't you? Why don't you hate the city?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I was Alec Boehm, I would pretty much be like, yeah, like these guys suck. Like, I hate it here. It's like you were saying, like if somebody had a video camera on you all day at your job, they'd catch you saying something. Like,
dude, I'd be like, I fucking hate this place. Or they get me going like this, like after a meeting.
Yeah,
like, shut the. Well, you know, I'd get gunned down immediately. I get caught in 4K. So the fact that I'm surprised that hasn't happened more. If anything, I'm surprised that hasn't happened more.
I know. Well, that's pretty much it. But we can move right into the Phillies if you want to do the closing remarks for the doghouse.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, that was the doghouse. Brought to you by Wide Playing Floor Supply. Visit their website at www.wideplayingfloorsupply.com. Get a recommendation for a contractor. Get a quote. Wide Playing Floor Supply. If it's wide, they've got it. Sam, talking Phils, baby.
Yeah.
I saw Luke sent Bryce in the chat in all caps, which means he either made a nice defensive play or hit a home run. So I'm going to check the
True.
box
Yeah.
score there.
Let's check the box score. But anyways,
It's every good play with that kid.
It is. Yeah, it is. Which is what you can appreciate him for. So it looks like they're making the comeback.
A little 2-run double, and then Stoles. Oh, and then he gets to third on a wild pitch. How about that?
There you go.
So
Love
we're in the mix.
aggressiveness.
We're in the mix, dude. You got to play aggressive, especially
Have to.
against the Marlins, bro. Especially
Balls
against
to
the
the
Marlins.
wall.
Those clownfish.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question, Ryan. I know you usually like that. I know you usually like to ask me questions about the Phillies, but I'm going to ask you this question about the Phillies and see if you can answer it, because I sure as hell can't. Why has the bullpen been the best part about this Phillies team so far?
Because baseball is weird and it isn't
that's a good
real.
answer.
Baseball isn't real. I it's what I've determined. We're just watching simulations.
We have the fourth highest payroll in all of baseball. Maybe third. It's either 3 or 4. And
Jesus.
most of that payroll goes to the hitters that we just signed. And they've been consistently bad for 4 5 games now? 4 or 5 games now?
Yeah.
I get it. Like I'm not in panic mode. You can judge by my tone. I'm not in panic mode. I'm wondering where is all this firepower that we've been I've been ranting and raving about myself. I want to see it all come together, and I'm worried that the Phillies keep making the same mistake over and over and over again, which is relying on the bats too much instead of going out and getting solid pitching. But that's not even the case anymore because the bullpen has been fine. It's the starters that have sucked.
Dude,
so
they've been horrible.
All but Kyle Gibson. Kyle Gibson gave you 7 innings, 10 Ks.
What about tonight?
I didn't see him pitch tonight. I watched him pitch the game.
4 runs. He had like a 37 pitch inning tonight.
Okay, so that's not great.
That's why when I got in the call, that's why when I hopped in the studio, I looked exhausted because I was just watching him suck and then get pulled. It was brutal. But he was good. So even if you throw this one away, he's been the one bright spot, and it's been dimmed a little. So what the hell, right? I thought Ranger was our fourth ace. I can't remember. No, I thought we had like 4 aces, 5 DHs. What's the deal?
I'm not ready to send Ranger back to the bullpen yet. I mean, you can't because you don't have another starting pitcher. But I think you just got to give him a little time to settle into that role a little bit. He's really only used to being an opener, not totally used to going out there and trying to give you 5-6 innings in the first, and that's like not even that much to ask. Like 5-6 innings out of your starter. Like I want my starter to go 7, but 5 or 6 is usually probably like the average. Like what an average starter should do.
To the 6th, then I'm like, oh, he fucked up or he threw a lot. Like that's the way I look at it. Like if you don't make it out of the 5th, then you probably did something wrong.
6 plus. So like I don't need the full 7. Like I would like them to get to the 7th, if that makes sense. Because then that's only like 2 and a couple, give or take, innings. In terms of outs and whatnot. You ever notice how baseball just completely ignores math and just says, 4.2 innings pitched. That means 4. He means you got 4 2/3. Not actually 4.2. You ever notice that? That's why I love this sport, man. Just
that has bothered me because I would see 4.2 and I'd be like, how are you calculating 2/10 of an inning? I was like, how are you doing this?
Yeah.
And then like literally like last season, I was like, I had to Google it, or I had to sit down with you and be like, all right, what the fuck is going on here?
You just love you just completely ignore like the rules of math, which is
like
what I live for.
There's that, the backwards K's that I only recently learned.
you had like an actually logical, like your brain worked up a thing that like made sense,
Yeah.
and which is like, and I said to myself, oh my god, like that's just Ryan's beautiful brain, like at work. Like it's just, and Seamus apparently thought the same thing too, which is insane. And I had never even thought of it. I just always knew that it was like backwards K is a looking strikeout.
Well, yeah,
Like,
I didn't make it past the level of
forward K.
baseball where you could strike out. So
Yeah, well, I guess we're being vague, Ryan. Ryan and Seamus both thought that the backwards K was so that you didn't have like KK, like 3 Ks in a row to make
yeah.
like the KKK, like the Ku Klux Klan. So like
Yeah.
it's just both of their just beautiful little
I
innocent
think
minds just at
I
work.
think if you asked most people that aren't baseball people, they would say the same thing. I think it's just a wives' tale or an urban legend that was disseminated. It was just an unfortunate because nobody knows
It
that it's a
could be.
looking strikeout. A looking strikeout.
Yeah, it's a looking K, man. You never even heard
I-
like the term, like when somebody said, "Yeah, like it's a looking."
Well, yeah,
K.
I've heard he goes down looking, but I'm like, what a pussy, and then I thought you just moved on. Like I didn't think. I didn't realize that. Like,
man.
do they keep track of that long term? Do they be like, oh, he struck out looking this many? Well, yeah, it's baseball.
Yeah.
I guess like
It's baseball. You got a stat for everything, man.
Oh my god,
I know.
I'm overstimulated.
So let's we can move it back to the Phillies rather than just normal baseball.
Because
Trivia,
baseball,
or what I thought was common knowledge, but not even trivia.
I guarantee it's not all that common. Maybe common, but
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna let's talk about Aaron Nola. I feel like you gotta talk about
Aaron
Nola.
Blola.
See, it's not even clever. You're better than that. You're better.
I know. Hey, man, I gotta get I gotta pick the low hanging fruit every once in a while. Everyone else gets it.
I know. Everyone. Oh, yeah.
Everyone else gets the low hanging fruit. I don't get to have any.
I'm Ryan, and I have zingers out.
I'm Sam, and I like Aaron Nola. Oh, he sucks.
It's frustrating to watch. Don't get me wrong. But it's such an easy fix. It's such an easy fix. And I just don't understand how you're a major league pitcher and can't throw an 0-2 curveball in the fucking dirt. Just throw it in the dirt.
No.
What's so hard about that? Just throw it in the dirt.
No.
Let him. His curveball tunnels so well with his fastball that all you have to do is throw it exactly like you would the fastball and have it go right into the dirt. Swing and a miss almost every time. If not, you get a check swing. And then that's 50-50 up to the umpires because, there's actually not a rule on the check swing. It's not written anywhere. It's
just a judgment call. It's just
yes. It's not like a break. It's not like a break of the wrists. It's not like did he go all the way to home plate? Like did he go past home plate? It's a judgment call. Some umpires say, "Oh, like he broke his wrist. It's a swing." Oh no, is the barrel went past parallel to the top of the plate? It depends. It's insane.
That's fucking nuts. I thought that it was just like I just thought that was one thing that everybody else knew that I didn't know. But I guess nobody knows.
Yeah. It's not written down anywhere. It's just insane.
People are fucking nuts. Do you want to know what should be written down? Aaron Nola's ERA, because it is high.
It shouldn't be written down.
It should be, and it should be paraded around.
I'm afraid to ask. I don't even know what it is.
Like career over like the last few seasons, I saw a tweet that it was like 4 or something.
That's not what you want to hear.
It feels high to me,
It's high. That's high.
It's high.
Sure.
Seamus G, we got any stats, or are we cooking on the stats?
Listen, and while he's cooking on the stats, I mean 6'9", he's only thrown once so far.
Yeah,
6'9",
maybe twice. He's thrown twice.
He's thrown twice. You're right. Yeah,
It's our opening day starter with a 4 ERA.
He was the opening day. I forgot about that.
I mean, obviously Wheeler's a better pitcher. I think we all knew that after last year. But
oh yeah, I'm not. I was okay with Nola starting on opening day because he's a homegrown guy, and at first glance, I'm like, he's not that much worse than Wheeler, but he really is. So yeah, we can let's.
What are we looking at?
Look at this. I don't.
ERA, dude. 2018, bro. He was so good.
Yeah, he was very. That was his Cy Young. That was when he was in consideration for Cy Young. 2.37. Yeah, that's saving him right now. So like, if the career is still, if the career is calculating what he has in 2022 right now, then that's skewed.
Yeah.
So he's got. I would venture to say he's probably got like a 3.4 ERA. Is if my maths are somewhat near.
Hey, so it's okay. We can live with that.
That's like okay.
That. Yeah, not.
But I said it before. Like this team's success all depends on Aaron Nola's success because you have to have that 1-2 punch to go into a 3-game series, right? So you go Nola, Wheeler, or Wheeler, Nola, win those 2 games because you should win every game minus like 2 or 3 that they go out and start because they're some of the best pitchers in the league, supposedly. So that is not ideal. It's not an ideal start. It's not an ideal start. But there's still a long season ahead, Ryan. Still so long. He can figure it out. It's still not warm enough for Aaron Nola, the Bayou kid. It's not.
Dude,
really
it's not warm.
He needs to be sweating bullets out there to be throwing bullets.
But then what happens when we finally make the playoffs?
Then we're screwed, Brian. Like, he's just not going to pitch well. He's going to have to come out of the pen.
Wait, if we don't have home field advantage, that'll be good. Then maybe we go play in LA. Maybe we play.
Yeah, that would be good.
That
would be ideal.
That would be ideal. Maybe we got to go on the road. Maybe we got to go a little merceriary style.
We could play in Tampa. We could go down play in Tampa again. Run it back.
Love Tampa.
Run it back.
Love Tampa.
Yeah, we can run it back.
Yeah, man.
But
look,
it's too early.
Good.
They will be. I think they really will be. They just need to. I'm basically thinking about this as the next week of spring training. Like, we're still in spring training mode right now.
It was a short spring training. Yeah. Like what? I mean, this is one thing that we can point to as well. Take a look at Bryce Harper's first half last year. And take a look at his second half. Mm-hmm. Take a look at the Atlanta Braves. Okay. Yep. They had how many wins last year? 89. They were hot and cold all season long, and they got hot right at the right time.
Yep. That's baseball, baby.
That's baseball. It's people going. I mean, look, do I like to say Aaron Nola blows because it's fun to say? Yeah. Like, I'm not calling for his job or anything though, because there's so much time. And hopefully just everything kind of works. Dude, and we haven't even seen Mickey Moniak in the lineup. Like,
nope.
Dude.
Oh, Bryson Stott. He's been phenomenal.
Oh,
he's been so good.
I almost didn't want to talk. Like, I almost didn't even think to talk about him because there's just like so many bad things to say, even though we're not. Sky's falling. But
he has it's my favorite swing on the Phillies now. He is my new favorite swing. I saw him play opening day, and I was like, and I watched it. I skipped lift, my team lift, to go watch opening day of Phillies baseball. And I saw that kid swing, and I was like, he's already got my new, it's already my favorite swing on the Phillies. It used to be Gene Segura, but
I love Gene, dude.
Yeah, it used to be Gene Segura.
Cigarettes.
Yeah, there's also just something about a lefty stroke, man. Like, I don't know what it is, but there's just something way prettier about how it just. And it's not. It's just mirrored. Like, it's not. Yeah. There shouldn't be that big a difference between a lefty and a righty swing, but there just is, and there's just something about it. I don't know. But Bryson Stott, man, he's been great. He's been okay. He's been fine in the field. I mean, it's a low bar considering the other third baseman that's been playing, but he's been great at the plate. Just slapping singles the other way, just slapping them. Just that beautiful swing, just to the other way, to left field. With
Baseball, baby.
swing.
That's
So
real
great.
baseball.
That's it right there. I'm good now. We can move on.
Yeah. Phillies continue the series against the Marlins.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Seamus says. Let's do Seamus says. He's ready.
Do Seamus says? He's ready?
Yeah, he's ready. No Flyers to talk about.
No, we're not going to talk about the Flyers.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Big time fuck them. I can't believe the season's not over, but regardless, we're not talking about the Seamus said.
I thought the Flyers season was over like a week ago. Sorry. I thought it and then I still see tweets. I'm like, how?
I still keep getting like score notifications of like the final score, and I'm like, damn, they lost 4-0.
It was like 9-2.
When is this season over? Like what?
A
lot of 4-0 losses. A lot of 4 zip, a lot of 3 zip, a lot of those.
A lot of not goal scoring going on. It's tough to watch. I barely watch. I watch highlights at this point. Like I don't want to suffer through it. Hey,
yeah.
I'll support my team. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, what's that?
What's going on here? I'm wearing a Phillies hat. The Phillies have been average for 3 years straight. Like, what are we talking about? All right. Sorry. Seamus says, mash. Ooh. Let me get that in there. Mashing, bashing, and thrashing baseballs. Fans in the stands starting some brawls. The fightings are back. I miss those T-Mac calls. Safe to say I have high hopes, even though the boys have some flaws. Screw it. Let's have some fun. Literally watching 1 through 9. Smash the cover off the ball as it goes over the wall. Let's go Phillies, and let's have some fun, y'all. Happy baseball season, boys.
That's great. That's good.
Lovely.
I know. Like we just have to wait for the bats to get hot. Like,
Exactly.
That's all.
Exactly.
We just have to wait for them to get hot because once we get in mid-season form, it'll be every day. Doubles in the gap, dingers. It's like I said,
sure.
We're still in spring training mode right now.
Exactly.
They were hot in spring training. A little bit of a cold streak right now. They'll get hot again. I'm not worried.
Well, it was also
You
in
can
the
clip
hotter
that.
weather.
Yes, you can
was
clip
in the hotter
that
weather.
and say I'm not worried. And then when we're like in the dog days of July, and when I
You're
said
worried.
that, then I'll be like a little worried. But
Yeah. But I mean, it's kind of a nightmare start for like the top 4 right now.
Yeah.
Like all of them have like one big hit kind of thing that like sticks in our mind. But it's we're playing game 7 right now and we're losing to the Marlins. So
I'll bring it back.
It'll be fine. It's just like, oh man, it would have been nice to have something.
It's good to see. I'd rather the bats be cold than the bullpen be atrocious early. If that makes any sense at all. Because the bullpen is just going to be the bullpen.
Same old.
Yeah.
If it was same old, they come out scoring 6 runs a game and like the bullpen was letting up 8, I would probably like be burning down CBP at this point. But
like it's different for bats to be cold than pitchers to suck, if that makes any sense, because like hitters go through cold streaks all the time.
Right.
But if you're a pitcher, like and you're pitching in the show, like you're pretty much what you are,
Okay. There's not a lot of leaps and bounds made during.
No, there's not a whole lot. I mean, you get every now and then you'll get a guy that's like, holy shit, like this guy used to suck, but now he's AL, like, or now he's Cy Young candidate. But you're pretty much what you are when you're a pitcher. Like with the bullpen, if Brad Hand, I think if he was gonna suck, like he has the past 2 years, I think we would know.
Okay.
But he's been okay this year so far.
So far so good. And he's pitched a little bit tonight. He hasn't even given up a walk or a hit so far. Yeah. He's on his 3rd batter. So I think that he's been good. They had this guy Nelson who like pitched 4 innings or something after Nola. I think it was
After
Nola
Nola did, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they have some good arms, but I keep coming back to like the old saying, good pitching always beats good hitting.
Yeah, always.
So like as long as we have that part, the hitting will come. It will come.
Hopefully the starters get into a groove. You know, they just need to. I just need a sub 3 ERA from Aaron Nola. Is that a lot to ask?
I think
Yes.
so at this point.
Yeah, I think it's a lot to ask.
Yeah.
Ugh,
At this point in his career, man. Yeah, I think hoping
how
for
about
under
sub
3-4.
I was gonna go sub 3-3. How's sub 3-3 sound?
I think 3-3. I would be a happy man.
Oh, man,
I wouldn't be
that's sad.
happy, but I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good. All right.
See, dude.
Well, it's too early. There's 162 games to play, man. It's too early to talk
There's
about
literally
any of this
155 games left. I don't.
shit. There's
What's
so
7
many
divided
games.
by 162?
That's not how that works.
The answer is approximately 0.0.
Multiply that by 100.
Oh, okay. I got you.
4.3% of the season. The fuck do you think I was
higher
doing?
than that's higher than I thought. I thought you were gonna like subtract. I don't know. Like
No.
I don't know.
Math guy.
Subtract. I already did the math. Just kidding. That was pre-recorded, actually.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, good job. I'm good. No more Phillies. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be okay.
They're gonna be
Yeah.
I promise.
It's no issues whatsoever. However, Sam, Seamus. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna be fine because draft season is literally like 2 weeks away. The draft is literally in 2 weeks, and it's a big draft for Howie Roseman and the gang. Is it not?
It's
Is
massive.
it not? We've had some
Massive.
key departures this offseason, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Even just recently, 2 guys, Steven Nelson.
Yep.
I didn't think he was very good, but he occupied an important place on the roster.
Yep.
And Rodney McLeod, who was kind of mid last year, but was like obviously one of the faces of that Super Bowl team on the defensive side of the ball. So that's that stings a little bit. And
That
we
stung a lot.
yeah, we might miss out on Tyrann Mathieu. We might miss out on the Honey Badger. Lord knows what's going to happen. So this is going to be a really important
I thought
draft.
that was a lock, man.
Dude.
I thought he was coming. Like I thought that was in. Like
I
I
know,
knew it
but-
wasn't official, but like I thought it was like, oh, it felt like the Bryce Harper thing where I was like, he's coming. Like he's gotta, right? Like he's gotta come here. Like where else is he gonna go to win? You know? So
anywhere.
I don't know.
No, stay in DC to win.
Well, he didn't know that.
Well, how could anybody? But
Yeah. Who would have thought that the fucking Nationals were gonna win after they got rid of Harper?
All right,
Not me.
some old school baseball guys out there were like, I knew they couldn't win with that kid.
Yeah,
haircut.
some. Oh man, yeah, draft season. Woo.
We have 2 picks. 2 picks in the first round. Do you think we'll still have 2 picks in the first round come draft night?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
We have to.
I do. Have to.
We
Have to use.
Are,
It. Have to use.
are
them
we
both.
going with the 3rd first round wide receiver in a row?
I hope not.
No.
I don't think so.
wanna. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, man. I want Jordan Davis at fit. What do we got? We got 16. I want Jordan Davis, defensive
don't know if
tackle,
he's-
University of Georgia. He's gonna be there, dude.
Is he though?
I don't think so, dude.
Dude, the mocks are saying like 12, 11.
Dude, anything can happen, bro.
Anything can happen.
Let me look at Vic's mock draft from
Because
today.
the Ravens are
Just
supposed to take
Davis.
that DA from Florida State, like right before us too, who I also wanted.
You see, dude, this is why I hate the draft. Because, like, what if they're just not there? You know,
Right.
what happens then?
You do all the research in the world for
Yeah.
months at a time, and then they're gone. Just
What
like,
if it just doesn't shake out like I perfectly planned it in my head?
I've seen full like drafts based on Sauce, like Sauce. I think it's Sauce Gardner, And
Yeah,
like
dude.
he's gonna go top 5 now. Like he's jumped up in the like rankings in the
He's gonna go, like
past month.
second overall.
Yeah,
He's so good, dude.
he's very good. He's very good.
He is so incredible. Honestly, the amount of talent on that Cincinnati team is hilarious. Because, like, obviously they had to be good enough to make it to they were the 4th best team in the country. So, clearly there's good players on that team.
And they were
But
an older team too. So like those guys are going to the draft.
Yeah, they're coming out. And they're going to make an impact as soon as they hit the league. But we had some interesting visits, gentlemen, from different draft prospects. We had 2 wide receivers. We had Chris Olave from Ohio State and Jameson Williams from Alabama. I know Seamus asked, but like
Achilles or something.
I could have sworn he tore
The Williams guy, he tore something.
He's
back.
on one leg visiting. Like I don't want. If I'm going with a wide receiver, give me like someone who's healthy. You know what I mean? Like if it's a first round wide receiver, give me someone who's healthy.
You don't want to do Sidney Jones all over again. You know, like it's not.
He's one like facet away from being like the perfect tic-tac-toe of a draft pick that I would hate. Like he's hurt, he like redundant, and it's in the teens. And the only issue is that he played for Alabama, not in the Pac-12. If he was an injured Pac-12 player that we picked in the teens, then that would be like my biggest nightmare.
The trifecta. Yeah.
Oh but honestly, those are the 2 worst parts. Is it's in the teens. We're out of the. Well, we talked about this last week. We're out of the foolproof range now, so anything can fucking happen. If Jordan Davis is there at 15, do you take him?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you do. 15, 16. Yeah. You take him,
and
if
then you just kind of hope for Dean.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, do you take the chance and go with somebody else before Nakobe Dean? Or because he's not going to go before our first pick, I don't think. He might go somewhere in between where we pick next.
I think that's a very big possibility. I think that's how it's being mocked as well.
So do you go with Dean and just say, like, fuck it, we got to get that guy. We got to get him on a board, and we got to get him in an Eagles uniform. And then go with somebody else that you don't really want later on?
It depends who's
there. Jordan Davis or Nakobe Dean. Who do you want? Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean. There's one right answer.
I want Nakobe Dean.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
We need linebacker.
Jordan, dude, this is a defensive line football team. Always has been. Fletcher Cox is ass.
He's not going to be here for much longer.
He's checked out.
Linebacking core.
When?
Like a while ago.
He's talking like Jeremiah Trotter era.
Yes, I'm talking about
great. When the game was completely different. Oh yeah, in a completely different era of football. Yeah, the linebackers were huge. But who's the best linebacker on our Super Bowl team? Nigel fucking Bradham. Where the hell's he? He's gone.
Jordan Hicks.
He was not there. Was he?
He was.
I thought he was hurt. He was one of the many people that was hurt, I thought. Let me see.
I don't know.
My point being, at 15, dude, Jordan Davis his 40 time is faster than some like fast people. Yeah. He's so big. Literally
unreal analysis out of you, Ryan.
Dude, like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? I don't have
his 40 time is faster than a lot of people who are fast. Like,
yeah, well, dude, then people that are really fast. All right, let me just double check here. Let me take a look at this. What happened to Jordan Hicks in 2017?
I'm pretty sure he was playing linebacker, dude. I don't know.
He suffered an Achilles injury during week 7.
Shit. All right.
You know? And then he played another year and then he left. Blah, blah, blah. But the defensive line has always been the bread and butter of this team. Howie Roseman has always built his teams inside out. Yeah, he's a fucking he's coming at the quarterback. Like, yeah, defensive line is an infinitely more valuable position in the NFL. Look at
you really want to be on the same side as Bob.
Aaron Donald is the highest paid player in all of football. He's the best player in all of football. He's the most. All right.
I still like D.
He should have been
Oh,
MVP of
yeah.
that Super Bowl.
Yeah, he absolutely should have been.
He should have been.
But it's him getting screwed aside. Look, if Dean's there and Jordan Davis isn't there, fucking get a Kobe Dean. Dude, see, we're doing the same thing. This is going to be like that Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase argument that you and I would get into
You're
all
right.
the time.
You're
Where
absolutely.
they're both fucking
you're
great.
absolutely
Obviously, the guy
bad.
that I picked is better, but it's still close. You know, it's one of those classic, those classic draft arguments.
Got a better quarterback. He's got a better quarterback than we do right now. Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now. Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
For now.
Yeah.
For now.
For
We'll
now.
see. Because also we had Matt Corral visit. How do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about Matt Corral of all
I
the
don't even know who the
prospects?
fuck that is.
Is that the Wake
Exactly.
Forest guy?
No.
No.
Fuck, guys.
Sorry.
Our draft analysis is incredible tonight.
Yeah, it's
all
been-
three of us are firing on all cylinders. Yeah. Well, I'm looking up Jordan Davis 40 time.
I don't even remember this quarterback's name. Like, what are we doing here?
Matt Corral. All right, dude. He ran a 4.78 at 341 pounds. Okay, that's faster than Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
Yeah. Give me him. Get him on this team.
Oh, that's
Outside of that.
he's not going to be there at 16, dude. There's no way.
We're at 15.
15. Okay, he's not going to be
We're
there at
15.
15. My bad.
Way
Hey.
different.
Yeah, way different.
Huge difference. Hey, there's a reason
Yes,
how we
there is.
traded the
There's a big
16th
difference.
pick and not the 15th. You know? Hey,
That is true. That is very true.
galaxy brain.
Yep.
Galaxy brain.
Good
But
for
yeah,
Alex.
dude, I saw that Matt Corral posted an Instagram. He played for Ole Miss
Oh,
in that
Uh,
in that absolutely like absurd offense that they had. Like he he put
okay.
up like fatty numbers, but it was in
it's like
I mean,
Mac
granted,
Jones,
it was
but,
in
like, on steroids. Like, okay.
yeah, and like that offense, it was designed to just put up QB numbers. And
Gotcha.
he played in this bowl game and got hurt. Obviously a lot of heart there, but he's just not a Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence level player.
Okay.
Is Trevor Lawrence a Trevor Lawrence type player?
Coming out of
Is-
college.
Okay.
Coming out of college. I mean, anything can happen, but in terms of how they were touted coming out, like he's just not even close to that kind of prospect. Which is why they teams have traded the Colts traded for fucking Matt Ryan. Like every team's trying to figure out their quarterback before this draft because all these quarterbacks are not ready to start right now. You don't have a Joe Burrow who you can throw back there. Okay. Great. He ended up getting hurt. So you really shouldn't be doing that more often than not.
Yeah.
You really just should not be throwing the rookie QBs out there to get absolutely lunched. Especially when they're as bad as Matt Corral and Malik Willis and who's the other fucking guy in this class?
especially
Desmond
when
Ritter.
Pickens or Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. Yeah. He got small hands.
All right.
Two gloves,
Do
dude.
you want to know who also had small hands? Jabari Parker. Where's he?
That's fair.
It's a different sport entirely, but they
It is
Yeah.
a different sport entirely.
They both use hands,
Yeah. Yep.
Look, man, if you come out as a quarterback wearing two gloves,
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm sorry.
It's
You
hard.
can't catch a snap. Like, come on, guys. Like, what? Like, look.
Dude, talk about quarterbacks just thrown to the wolves. Zach Wilson and another dude. Schwarber just grounded out with the man on first. Oh, double play. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
There it is.
Top of the ninth within one run.
Yeah, man. But it's gonna be interesting to see what the birds do. Obviously, as we get closer, there's always like breaking news that pops up before the draft, and players move up and down. There's gonna be a Bo Callahan of this draft. There's gonna be a Vontae Mack. And my question to you guys is, who's Bo Callahan, and who's Vontae Mack? Right? Who are
every
people
goddamn
sleeping
year.
on? Who are people sleeping on? Who are people too excited about? We don't have to answer it this week. We can take our time and come back. But I want a Bo Callahan from you, and I want a Vontae Mack.
That could be a good segment recurring year
Sure.
to year.
Yeah. I mean,
I will say, wide receiver wise, the second round is stacked. There's like 5 receivers slotted to go around us, like Pickens from Georgia, that guy from North Dakota State. Those both big body guys, and that's what we need in our arsenal right now because Dallas Goedert can't be our only guy that we throw to just hoping for a catch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we need an
So-
Alshon style.
Yeah.
We need a T. Higgins type. We need a T. Higgins type.
Large catch radius.
Big catch radius. We need those guys. We need a guy that's able to do that. So if we can get a guy that can do that, dude, Pickens is so good. I remember, dude, that Georgia, if we picked 3 players from Georgia with our first 3 picks, it's not the worst thing that's ever happened to anybody.
Not at all.
Not at
all.
Not at all. And
you guys have a Avonte Mack and a Bo Callahan?
no,
Because I feel like Vontae Mack is the guy that we've been talking about this whole time is Jacoby Dean.
It does track to,
good comp.
Linebacker, but
linebacker to linebacker.
Yeah,
He's
linebacker.
I'm scared that he's not going to be there when we have to pick.
He could go off the board early, and who's gonna fall? I think, dude, I have a feeling. I don't know which quarterback, but one of these 3 quarterbacks is gonna go in the 5th, for no reason, because everybody's good. Who's it gonna be?
one of them must, because that's where they are. I know quarterbacks go early, but they're a 5th round quarterback to a camp arm.
It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult to see what happens there.
Yeah, we shall see.
We
It's
shall see
all up in
indeed.
the air. It's all up in the air. I mean, that's why you hate it, right, Ryan? You can't predict it. You can't predict it.
It's
all,
it's why I hate doing fantasy football drafts. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
pick this guy, and then he gets taken. I'm like, oh fuck, now I gotta find a whole new guy.
That is how a draft works.
Oh my god. But yeah, what was I gonna do? Describe not the draft?
That's how it works, man. Anyways, you guys got anything else?
No.
No.
The game's on Bryce Harper's bat right now. So
Awesome.
wait,
What a time.
a fly out. Game over.
Probably
Sorry.
got under that baseball.
Yeah.
That's
Too
good.
much. Anyway, yeah. Those will turn into home runs later in the season. I promise.
Exactly.
He probably
Is that
just
the warning
missed it.
track.
Yeah, he probably just missed it. Yeah. Anyways, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to this edition of the Wolves of Broad Street podcast. My name is Sam Glavin. You can follow me at SamGlavin06, along with my wartime consigliere, Ryan Conway at Ryan Conway76, and our producer, Seamus G at Shamelessly SG. Go check out the libertyline.com, all the blogs and stuff. Buy a t-shirt. There's a couple new ones out. Pretty cool. Big shout out to Drew and Vic for letting us rant and rave on their platform. Go check out the Wolves of Broad Street at Wolves Abroad ST on all of the social medias. Seamus G, close us down.